Hello everyone and welcome to World of Warships Blitz with the Naval Legends. Today we have a gameplay from General Doolittle, who will be playing the Tier 7 premium Japanese battleship, the Hyuga. So the Hyuga is the sister ship of the Ise. So in the game at the moment, Hyuga is in its mid-30s modification, where she has 6 turrets of 2 guns, that is 12 guns of 356mm if I am not wrong. 356mm guns, which you also find on Fuso. She has those, and she has 140mm secondary, 16 of them if I remember correctly. So these are not the best guns for Tier 7 because yes, Tier 7 has real good guns. The 410 of the Nagato is an example. But the trick which it has on its sleeve is the main gun reload booster, which is 3. Basically, the reload booster version 3 of it, or 3. Basically, it reduces the time of reload by half, and that is something which we can use. In the moment, as you can see, General Doolittle is flanking from one side. It is the right hand side. He's flanking while he sees the 2 sims, the sims on the enemy team and the sims on their team engaging, but both missing their torpedoes. Not a very good start. The opponent is capturing the center. We should be able to target the sims because the sims has a lot of torpedoes and it can actually hurt us. It was a good prediction by Doolittle to know where the ship was, and this should be a good salvo. Japanese guns, they never hit things, do they? It's worse than the Americans, right? But here is somewhere Mr. Doolittle starts to do a mistake. He is overextending. If you realize, the entire team has stopped around the center, right? The center capture control. But Hyuga here, Mr. Doolittle in the Hyuga is actually extending over to the Colorado. And Colorado, it's a really dangerous ship to play against. It's the Tier 7 behemoth, and she has real dangerous guns. I don't remember the caliber of the guns though, but they are real good. And as you can see, this was a very good salvo. RNGesus towards the side of Mr. Doolittle here. That was a good salvo, and we did get some damage. Look at the Colorado, my god. Just look how he's just giving another side of the ship to be blasted. He deserved that, literally. I think he took the Gandhian method a bit too seriously. If someone slaps on one side, give the other side to slap. And here, he got bitch slapped on one side with a citadel, he gave the other side. Yeah, just kill me, take me down with you. I don't realize what this is happening. And just now, look at the Ranger. Hyuga is completely focusing on the Ranger, and the Ranger, it decides not to take any damage. I really don't know how these aircraft carriers are made in the game. If these designers and engineers were in the First and Second World War, America wouldn't have lost so many of their aircraft carriers, and so would have the Japanese. So I'm really confused as to how they make these ships. You need to focus on the North Carolina, sir, because North Carolina can hurt you real time. Salvos incoming, you should watch your step. Look at the damage with North Carolina has done to you. Just reverse at the moment, sir, reverse at the moment. But Doolittle, will he listen? No, he doesn't. He just overextends to the point where things are out of control. He's a lone fighter fighting the North Carolina, and a Tier 7 ship standing against a Tier 8, it's never a good news. And you are standing with the Hyuga, which just has 41,000 hit points damage. That is completely a tragedy. And Mr. Doolittle actually does that. While sending in the email, he did inform that he did this mistake, and he realized well after he did it that things were going downhill. So this video focuses on what you should not do, and the first thing you shouldn't do is should not use the Hyuga and overextend. Overextending with any ship isn't best, but now if you have the Atlantic, for example, you can do it, but with Hyuga you are sunk like this. Well, Mr. Doolittle, that was a good try. He did get 75,791 hit points damage with 2 ships sunk, and that is not a bad way of looking at things, because the Hyuga itself is not the strongest ship, and doing 75k just enforces the fact that Doolittle here is really a very, very good player, and that mistakes happen, and you new players should not do these mistakes. Now that the game's over for him, he looks over to the other players and let the game go on. Let us discuss about the Hyuga while we are here. So while I was researching for this video, right, because I got this video from Mr. Doolittle and this video was interesting, I did a research on the ship and I found out that, wait, this is a real, ooh, the Indianapolis just saved itself from the jaws of death. Lucky guy. Anyways, what I was saying was, when I was researching about the Hyuga, I found out that the Hyuga itself is extremely weak, and placing it in tier 7 I guess would be a bit of a complicated situation, because the guns are not the best. And as you could see, we are having a one-on-one with North Carolina at one point of time, the North Carolina which is being focused by the Colorado. And the saddest part is, we couldn't even fight against it. Of course, we couldn't expect a tier 7 to stand up to tier 8. No questions about that. Tier 8 North Carolina is much better than a tier 7 ship, as you can see in this situation. But losing to the North Carolina player, which I guess he or she, whoever is playing, isn't in the best of states, because you are losing a battle with Colorado. The Colorado, which you are just above it. And Colorado is not the best ship, and you both die. Well played, guys, well played. That is the funniest thing which I've seen today, really. So, how to play the Hyuga if it is not in the way Doolittle played? Hyuga is a very good sniper, and that's a joke. Please take this as a joke, don't come at me. Hyuga is not a sniper, it has pathetic dispersion. So what you do is that you have to play as a support ship. Support your destroyers, support your other battleships, take some damage, right? Absorb some damage, because that's what battleships do. But more importantly, you have to know how to play. And this brings us to the last 4 seconds. He wins the match and he's the battle star. Excellent. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you and have a great day ahead. And thank you, Mr. Doolittle, for the video. Thank you.